Good morning, all. Welcome to this free online class on C programming language. Today, we will see structure within structure, or it is also called as nested structure. So, what is nested structure or structure within structure? So, nested structure is we can create any simple structure and include that structure's data member in another structure as a structure's data member. Then that another structure is called as nested structure. So how we can create nested structure and how we can access the data members of structure as well as nested structures. Okay, so for that purpose we take one example. So what is the example? So here is the example of structure within structure or nested structure. So example is create one structure that is a simple type for birth date containing data members as day, month and year, and then declare one data member of birth date within the another structure such as student, so that student structure become nested structure or structure within structure. Here students nested structure is having three data members. One is the roll number, second one is the name, and third one is the student's birth date. And birth date we have to take from the structure birth date. So declare and initialize the structure variable for student at runtime, then display the information of student. So first initialize it at runtime, that is take the values of roll number, then name and birth date of the student from the user and display it. So let's start. So open the dev C++ IDE, click on file, new, source file and create your source file. Then save it using save as, write the name nested structure 1 and save it. Okay, next thing, first we want to include stdio.h header file in our program. Next, create a simple structure called as birth date having data members as day, month and year. So it gives you birth date of that particular student. So create the structure struct, this is simple struct, give the name as birth date. Okay, so after that data members of structure birth date integer day, first is day, then int month, then int year. So these are the data members, give the semicolon. So this is called as definition of structure birth date. Okay, this is the definition of the structure birth date, day, month, year. These are the structures data members or structures data elements. Next, after that, creating structure birth date, we have to create another structure that is called as struct student or struct stud. Okay, now this struct stud data structure is called as nested structure because we have to create structures data members. First is integer roll number, then name, that is character array name of size 10, that is second data member. Next, create the data member of birth date because we want to display whole students record containing roll number, name and birth date. So birth date, we have to create the data member from the birth date, that is struct birth date B. So struct birth date B is the data member of struct stud. So there are three data members: roll number, name, and birth date. So here we have to include one data member of structure birth date within another structure struct stud. So this struct stud is called as the nested structure or structure within structure. Now create one data member of struct stud, that is structure variable S. So structure S is a structure variable. This is a structure or nested structure variable. S is a nested structure variable. Okay, so here we have to create struct stud as a nested structure. After that, create the main function integer main as a main function. Inside the main function, we have to initialize the structure students, one structure students record. So initialization of how, take at runtime. So take the values from user, enter name of student. So enter the name of student /n, then scanf, take the name, so percentage s. Okay, so first take the name. Okay, it is a percentage s. So percentage s, where from where we have to take it, s dot name, and no need to write ampersand because it is a character array. Before that, printf enter roll number /n. Okay, after entering roll number, scanning using scanf function, percentage d comma ampersand of s dot roll number, because we know that whenever we want to access structures data members using structures value variable, use dot operator. So ampersand of s dot roll number, then s dot name, because s is a character array, no need to write ampersand. And third data member, what is the third data member? Birth date. We want to take student birth date, so printf enter student birth date. Okay, so entering birth date, what are the data members of birth date structure? Day, month, and year. So we want to enter all of these. Enter birth date, that means entering scanf. First is percentage d, and percentage d. Three things. What is the three things? First is the day, month, and year. So how we can take it? Using s variable, s dot. So what? Birth date b. So s dot b dot, what we required? Day. Birth date dot b dot day. So first is day. Then s dot b dot, what? Month, comma s dot b dot, what? Year. But one thing is remaining. What is that? These are all integer type. So scanning, what is required? Ampersand. So ampersand s dot b dot month, ampersand s dot b dot year. Okay, so while we have to access data members of nested structure, that is struct b date, so how we can access it? S dot b, then dot day, because b is also a structures value variable. While accessing birth date structures data members, what we have to use? Again dot operator. So s dot b dot day, s dot b dot year, like this. Okay, so day, month. Okay, so this is entering users information structures, nested structures data member at the runtime. Now display it. Okay, so printf, we want to display what? First is name. So name is in the percentage s. Before name, what we want to display? Roll number. So roll number is in the form of percentage d. Name is in the form of percentage s. Then birth date, birth date. So birth date, how to print birth date? Percentage d colon, that is first is day, percentage d colon, that is second is month, and percentage d, that is third is what? Year. Okay, so access first s dot what? Roll number, comma, second format specified character array, that is name, s dot name, comma, s dot b dot day, comma, s dot b dot what? Month, comma, s dot b dot year. Okay, so we want to access nested structures data member, then again we can use dot operator, because if the nested structures data member b is a of type value variable, use dot operator, that is s dot b dot month, s dot b dot year, like this. Okay, after that return 0. Okay, before that we see what is the memory management for the structures variable, nested structure variable s. So s is a nested structure variable. Here s dot roll number, s dot name of 0, s dot name of 1 till s dot name of 9, because name array having 10 as a size. Okay, then s dot b dot day, s dot b dot month, and s dot b dot year. Understood? Okay, so when we can compile and run, compile it, it does not give any errors, then run it. While running, enter the roll number, suppose 21, enter the roll name, that is Amol, enter the birth date. Now birth date having three different decimal values. So first, suppose 25, that is day, then month, suppose month is 11, and then year is 1982. So enter it. So roll number 21, what is the output? Roll number 21, name Amol, birth date 5 colon 11 colon 1982. So it gives you correct answer. So in the nested structure, then how to access? This is structure within structure is called as a nested structure. That means we have to declare one structure's data member within another structure, then that structure is called as nested structure. And accessing data member, if the nested structure data member is s is a value variable, then access is using dot operator, s dot b dot day, s dot b dot month, and s dot b dot year, like this. Understood? Okay, so if you want to print the size, printf size colon percentage d size of, pass the argument as a s. So it gives you what is the size required for s variable. So give comment to whole code. Okay, so only we want to calculate what is the size of s, that is s is the structures data member. So what is the size? So integer required 4, name is required 10, total 10 characters, so 10, and struct b birth date is having again 4. So actually 4 4 4 12 plus 4 16 plus 10 26 plus 2 28. Let's check whether what is the size required for the S structure variable. Compile it. Compiler does not give any error, so run it. So after running, it gives you exactly 28 as a size of S. So how 28? So each int require 4 byte. So it is 64 uh, uh, 16 plus 10, that is 26, and remaining required 2 for arrangement or padding purpose, that is total 28 is a size of S, that is nested structure variables size. Okay, that means calculating all the size of data members plus 2. Okay, clear? So this is all about memory management and this is all about code. Nested structures data member may be pointer type. If it is pointer type, what we have to do? If it is pointer type, suppose it is pointer type, pointer B. So remove the comment. Let's check what happens. Okay. So if the data member structures data member that is of type again structure and it is of type pointer. Okay, so using structures pointer type of variable, we want to access day. Is it okay? Is it true? It gives you any compile time error? Let's check. It gives you error. That is request for member month is s dot stud b, which is pointer type birth date. So you may require what? Arrow operator, because whenever we can access structures data members pointer type of variable, to access structures data members and the structures variable is of type pointer, then use arrow operator. So dot operator does not work. So what we required? We required arrow operator. So let's check whether it is work or not. That means s dot month and s dot year, because s dot s is what? S is structures value variable. So accessing structures data member use dot operator, but this is nested structures variable, that is structures pointer type of variable, and we want to access day month year, then we want to use arrow operator. So okay, so s dot b arrow day, s dot b arrow month, and s dot b arrow year, like this. Here also, while displaying the data, also which operator is used? Arrow operator is used. So instead of dot, what we have to use? Arrow operator. Okay, so save it, compile it. Okay, it does not give any type of error. So run it, and after running, suppose roll number is 21, then name of the student is Amol, then birth date first is 5, then 19. Okay, it gives you some error. Okay, so it does not works because it gives some error. So what is the error? Because lots of time this type of problem occurs. Okay, so let's check again, compile it. Okay, there is no syntactical error. While running it, what happens? Roll number 21, name of the student Amol, then birth date, suppose day 12. Okay, so it gives you some syntactical error. Okay, so here sometime this type of problem occurs. So first only we want to check it works for single day, it works properly or not. Okay, and just print day. Only take birth date, day only. Okay, save it, compile it, and then run it. So what happens? Roll number 21, name, suppose Amol, and then birth date 12. Okay, okay, so it displays. Okay, but what happens here? It displays, but we have number of percentage d here. So remove that only birth date, which is in the form of only s. Okay, so let's check it whether it works or not. So roll number 21, name Amol, birth date suppose 12. So it does not give any value because it does not have some proper meaning, because after pointer, this pointer accessing data members, something gives wrong, because structures pointer type of variable, yes, we have to, while scanning it, what is required, ampersand s dot b dot day. Okay, so only scan it and only print name and roll number. Is it works properly? Just check it. Okay, it gives you some error. What is the error? Request for the member day is dot, which is of type pointer. Okay, so don't use dot operator here. So which operator? Arrow dot day. Arrow dot day. So again compile. There is no compiler error now. Run it. Okay, so run 21, then name Amol, then birth date 21. Okay, so it gives some problem. That is, while displaying after scanning, it gives you some problem because of character array v ampersand s dot b arrow day. It gives you some error. So let's check, only take value type of variable and it works or not. Yes, it works. Okay, let's check, run it. So after running, what happens? Okay, okay, yes, it gives you correct answer. That means sometimes pointer type. So what happens, which one is executed first? That is the most important point. So here in this type of problem statement, sometimes what we have to do, s dot b arrow day, but which function we have to execute first? We have to execute s arrow day first, or want to execute s dot b s dot b as a first arrow operator if arrow operator is required. Okay, clear. So whenever, first we summarize this first. In nested structure, what is the nested structure? When any structure we have to declare into another structure, then that structure is called as nested structure. In nested structure, while accessing data members which are all of value variable, then use s dot b dot day, s dot month dot, s dot b dot month, and s dot b dot year. That is dot operator is used. And how much size is required for the s structures nested structure variable? That is equal to all data member size plus 2, and plus 2 is for the formatting and padding purpose. That size is required. So that is all about nested structure. So today we will summarize it. What is nested structure? When we create any structures variable within another structure, then that structure is called as nested structure. So we will stop here. So if you like my video, please subscribe, like to my channel, and click the bell icon to get the new video updates. And please share it. Thank you all.